The Emerging Enterprise Awards are brought to you by OCBC, Asia's best SME bank, and the Business Times.
Industrial pollution is one of Southeast Asia's toughest challenges, but one Malaysian company is quietly helping factories and governments cut emissions at the source. Green Environmental Engineering builds turnkey systems that tackle everything from hazardous gases to industrial waste, and their carbon capture innovations are now being deployed across Asia Pacific. This year, the company's impact earned them a place among the Emerging Enterprise Awards 2025 winners, recognizing their role in accelerating the region's low-carbon transition. Joining us today is Eddy Wee, Managing Director of Green Environmental Engineering, to share the company's journey, what this award means, and where they're headed next. Good morning, Eddy.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you for joining us. To start with, can you briefly introduce Green Environmental Engineering and the core solutions you provide in the environmental and sustainability space?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So from the company name itself, I believe you guys already can figure out we are the company focusing on the environmental related projects. At the same time, we also have a green element, which means that we also focus on the biomass industry. So basically, we are the company focusing on the environmental project, particularly on the wastewater treatment system and also air pollution control, and then also incineration. And then the most important thing right now, we are more focusing on the waste to energy project. Yeah. And not to forget, we also have our proprietary carbon capture system, which can capture the carbon from the flue gas treatment system. So this is our proprietary design and also patent already. So this system is actually to capture the carbon from the flue gas treatment system, particular for the midstream industry, for example, cement industry, power plant, steel plant, and also incineration plant. So basically, this kind of system is able to capture the flue gas at a high temperature. So we managed to fill out the gap because until now, there is not a solid solution to cater for this demand. So our system, I can say, is the first in South Asia country that use it in this kind of industry.
Now, obviously, you earned the recognition of the panelists at the Emerging Enterprise Awards because of what you've just discussed. Tell us which award you won at the Emerging Enterprise Awards and what winning it means to you and your team, especially given the growing focus on decarbonization and green innovation in the region.
So we managed to win Emerging Enterprise Sustainability Award. This award is very meaningful not only to me but also to my team because for all this while, we are working very hard to convince the industry that sustainability is not a burden, but it's actually an opportunity to unlock the profit. Why do I say so? Because as you know, in the past, people always spend a lot of money in this kind of a process, but they don't see any return. But right now, it's totally different with the carbon credit monetization and also carbon tax imposed. So people now are focusing more in this area because by having more advanced technology, they not only can help them to save the cost in terms of the tax saving and so on, but at the same time also can convert this kind of a carbon debt capture into the profit. They can sell this kind of a carbon credit into the market. Yeah. So this is the reason why many people are paying more attention in this area. And then this is also the reason why we are so focusing on this area. Yeah.
Well, money talks, and you raise a good point about the return on investment in the decarbonization space. Now, part of this award involves a pretty rigorous selection process. We had the site visit assessment, the judges' pitches. What stood out to you from that journey? How did those stages shape the way that you have reflected on your business?
I remember clearly during the judging day, one of the judges just asked me, how can I get the profit for the business that I'm doing at the moment? Yeah, because this is the common question that I believe everyone is also quite curious on this. So basically, we have our all range of business services, which not only can help us to generate the income, at the same time can also help us to secure the long-term contract. For example, we have our own CCS technology. At the same time, we also have our own technology that can convert the biomass waste into the energy. So basically, with this kind of project, we are not just a normal EPCC company that do one project, after that, then we just finish and then we hand over, then we just finish the project. No, we are not like this kind of company. In fact, we are helping our client to generate the profit continuously. At the same time, we also participate in this project as well. So we are the partner to the client. We are not just a normal contractor to the client.
Can you elaborate on some of those projects, recent success stories, breakthroughs, partnerships that you are most proud of looking back at the last year?
Yeah. So basically right now we have several projects ongoing, and then mainly in Malaysia and some in Singapore as well. So we are working closely with some of the listed companies in Malaysia and also Singapore to come up with this kind of decarbonization process or project. So basically we have our own proprietary project design to help the client to reduce their waste. So not only to reduce their waste, but at the same time to decarbonize as well. Means that during the process, why we also help them to reduce their carbon footprint. So this is the first in this kind of project in this region. So I would say that we have a lot of development, and then we always try to be the first in the market by promoting or providing our proprietary technologies.
All right, fair enough. And looking forward, Eddy, as demand grows for environmental engineering and decarbonization solutions, what are your plans for expanding the business and capabilities across the region?
At this moment, we are focusing on South Asia country because we can see this is an emerging market. Yeah, and the demand for this kind of technology is getting bigger and bigger. But right now, our focus still in Malaysia and Singapore because as compared to the rest of the South Asia country, Malaysia and Singapore are considered quite developed country. So the demand is higher as compared to other countries. But having said so, we also keep receiving the inquiry from Thailand, Vietnam, and also Indonesia. So this is our next step. We are planning to go for listing maybe in another 3 to 5 years. After that, we are going to expand to this country to keep promoting our technology to the industry over there.
All right, it looks like you have plenty in the pipeline moving forward. And I'm sure that there will be a further flood of inquiries in the aftermath of winning the Emerging Enterprise Sustainability Award. How do you see this recognition shaping your company's next chapter?
Winning this award is just the beginning of our chapter. And this moment, of course, definitely we receive a lot of inquiries because most of the people are very interested with our proprietary technology. But I would like to say that this is just a beginning, and then we keep focusing on the innovation, and at the same time, we also keep developing the new technology to generate the new material. For example, right now, we are actually working hard to generate the graphene, graphite, and also carbon nanotube from the biomass industry. Yeah, we are trying to be the leader in this industry, which nobody is doing this at the moment.
Okay, Eddy, one final question before I let you go. Why would you encourage young companies to take part in the Emerging Enterprise Awards?
I believe taking part of this award is very, very meaningful to them because by having participation in this award, you can learn a lot. At the same time, you also have a chance to promote your company to the industry. Let people understand you and know you better.
All right, fantastic stuff. Well, we look forward to seeing how green environmental engineering continues to shape a cleaner, more sustainable future for the region. Eddy, thank you for sharing your story this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Eddy Wee is the Managing Director of Green Environmental Engineering, and you're listening to Money FM 89.3.
The Emerging Enterprise Awards are brought to you by OCBC, Asia's best SME bank, and the Business Times, recognizing the young, bold ambition of businesses in Asia under 10 years old.